Hello everyone, Andy here from etrailer.com, and today we're going to take a look at the eTrailer steel cargo carrier on our 2020 Mazda CX-5. Now this cargo carrier is a great option if you happen to have some heavier items, or let's say you're going on a trip to either the beach or on a camping trip. It will keep your interior free of any debris, mud, even possibly scratching some of those plastic pieces. It also frees up a ton of room for any extra passengers that you might have as well. So this is a steel constructed cargo carrier. It does have a powder coat finish in black. One thing that's nice about this, it's going to be very easy to clean, especially with the mesh bottom. I also like these multiple contact points so you can really get that cargo secured down. So this cargo carrier does have a little bit extra room. It's very spacious, so you could probably fit, 3 or 4 duffel bags on here, or even have room for packing that cooler. Maybe you can even throw your tent on here as well and strap that down. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some measurements with our CX-5. From the back bumper here, the furthest point it sticks out to the furthest edge of the cargo carrier, you're looking at just a little over 41.5 inches. Now that is a pretty good distance off of our back bumper, and as you can see, there aren't any reflectors or lights. You can look in the related products section below on the same page you're on and pick those up separately. That might be a good option if you are traveling or driving around at night with this frequently. And let's go ahead and take a look at the lowest point here on the shank. Now it does have a slight rise to the shank, so that'll give you a little bit more extra room when you are driving up or down those inclines. We're looking at just shy of 10.5 inches for ground clearance there. So as far as clearance from our back bumper to the closest point here on the cargo carrier, we're looking at 15 3/4 inches. Now let's take a look to see if we were to open up our hatch, if we had this cargo carrier loaded, if we have plenty of clearance. And it looks like we do. It starts to get a little close up here, but I wouldn't think that you would load up your cargo carrier that high with any type of gear. Now, being able to tilt it in an upright position whenever you're parking in a garage or on a tight street, let's say you're just wanting to store the vehicle overnight, there are 2 safety clips here that you're going to pull out. And then you can slightly lift up on the cargo carrier. That eases the tension off of the pin, remove the lower one as well, and from here we can tilt up, and then you will put your pins back in the appropriate place right there, and then attach your safety clips just so nothing moves and everything stays secured. So for measurements from this point here, we're just going to look at the top point here and the bottom one as well. But from our hatch, we're looking at 5 1/4 inches to these bolts. And from the bottom, we're going to be at, looks like at 5.5. Now, just be aware, since you put those safety pins back in, this will not have any give that way. So if you were to open your hatch, you're going to have some interference here. Just be aware when it's in this upright position when you're storing the vehicle or parked in a garage, not to open your hatch. So this cargo carrier is going to work with 2-inch hitch receivers. As you can see here, we do have our hitch pin alignment collar that luckily is included. That's just going to make it easier when it comes to lining up that first time. If you happen to install or you want to remove this frequently, let's say you go on a lot of trips, this is going to make lining up that hitch pin bolt a lot easier. So overall, some of my final thoughts about this cargo carrier are I do like how solid with the steel construction and having that black finish. It's going to be easy. Let's say you do have those muddy items, you can just hose it off. It's going to air dry. It's going to look very nice for many years to come. Also, I do like having the multiple contact points to really secure everything down. But one thing that I like about this one is going to be, it does have quite a bit of clearance from our exhaust here to our cargo carrier, so there's going to be a lot of airflow. Even if you do happen to have some of those heat sensitive items stored, you're worried about it melting, just be aware that you do have clearance here. But overall, this is a very nice, solid cargo carrier.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.
And that is a look at our eTrailer steel cargo carrier on our 2020 Mazda CX-5.